A very good evening to all our attendees and viewers who are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. A warm welcome to the Author Saga series. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick recap for those of you who are new to Pick a Book. Pick a Book is all about reading and more reading and inculcating the habit of reading, research, and presenting the summary of it in our regular meeting sessions. Creating a better world by changing the sense of self through the habit of reading is the vision of Pick a Book. Currently, Pick a Book marks its inspiring presence in 4 countries in Sri Lanka, India, Singapore, and UK with over 600 plus readers, 18 regions, and 40,000 plus people inspired through various sessions in the span of 1 year. Pick a Book continues to spread its wings across the globe. We have come up with a new initiative, a brand of its own called Author Saga series, wherein the authors can reach their readers and individuals with like-minded interests. Authors can also discuss the key insights of their books, and readers can have the opportunity to know more about the book from the author himself. The author who is joining us today, Mr. Gunashekaran, is a first generation entrepreneur with a master's degree in international business. He is an author, entrepreneur, and a social activist who is on a mission to empower aspiring entrepreneurs, corporate professionals, students, freshers, business owners by launching, growing, and scaling their business successfully to accomplish financial freedom and happiness in life. Gunashekaran is currently running 4 successful businesses. He started his career in 2006 in the training industry. He sold online subscriptions to the world-class seminars conducted by Robert Kiyosaki, Brian Tracy, Anthony Robbins, and Shiv Khera, etc. Through e-learning personal development portal, he became highly successful in that business and built a team of 1,000 people. He is a district director, training director for BNI India, and has successfully trained for more than 85,000 people so far. His vision is to create 10,000 new entrepreneurs and 1 million jobs by 2030. He also co-founded an art school in the name of Flying Rainbow, and he is the head of franchisee of operations and training in Teachers and Leaders Global Leading Community. He is now the author of the book Startup Recipe, which was launched at National Achievers Conference by Jack Canfield, who is a co-author of Chicken Soup for Soul series for us information. And which is why we're all here today, ladies and gentlemen, to know more on the recipe and the ingredients that went in. Warm welcome, Mr. Gunashekaran.
Good evening, Swarna, and good evening, everyone, Pick a Book team, and all those who are watching this live. And this is the great initiative called Pick a Book by KVT and Raghulan. And because as much as we learn, we are going to grow if we know the same thing, and we are not going to grow. And Pick a Book is being instrumental in helping people to learn something new. And they do a lot of series, and I'm happy to be part of this series to share about my book, Startup Recipe. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you with us tonight. Okay, first of all, congratulations on your first book, and we wish you a long way in writing, Gunashekaran.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and okay, to start with, I'm more interested to know how did all this journey as a writer started for you?
Okay. So more than the journey of a writer, the entrepreneur journey was the turning point because I became an entrepreneur when I was in my college second year itself, and I made more than 3.5 lakhs as a part-time income. That motivated me to focus more on entrepreneurship, and I'm being an entrepreneur into multiple business for the last 16 years. In 2017, I decided to have a bigger vision where I decided, okay, I have to create 10,000 plus entrepreneurs. And because I'm always working with a lot of startups or entrepreneurs, so I'm in this space. So I thought I should do something about it. And then I thought, what is the best way to reach more people faster where they can learn? Because if I start teaching one by one on a one-to-one basis, it's not going to happen. 10,000 is a big number, right? So then I thought, book is the tool which can actually reach a lot of people. And I started writing my book in 2018, and it got launched in 2019. So I decided, okay, in internet or everywhere around, to start a business, there are some content available. A lot of people have shared about that, but I felt to someone who want to start from scratch without having any experience, we hardly find content in the internet. Like we have fundraising about topics, we have business plan, business model, all are on the higher level. But on the lower side, how do I finalize my idea? How do I come up with something? I'm thinking about so many things. Which one I should take it forward? These basic things, I found it very rare in the space around internet or in books. So I thought I will write something for people who don't know anything about business, but still they want to start something and become successful. So this book is for anybody who don't have a single idea about what is entrepreneurship, how to start.
Okay, that's so great. So appreciate you for that. You know, you have started your career as young as possible. That's awesome. And you know, probably that's the reason why you have chosen to give the ingredients. Yeah, in the internet, we all find a recipe, but not really the ingredients we needed.
Correct.
Okay, that's great. And then let's move on to my next question. You're all the way into training, and you hold a master's degree in international business, right? What inspired you to become an author? You know, amidst all these roles you're playing.
Yes. So when I first started doing training, it was something where I was pushed to do training. Hey, you have to go and do this. You please go and do this. That was somewhere around 2008-9, where small parts I have to deliver. And when I was started doing it, a lot of people recognized that hey, the way you explained was really helpful for me. I think I can connect with you. The story you said, the message you conveyed, I think that is superb. And that appreciation, that recognition actually pushed me and gave me more responsibility to do better trainings, better sessions. And over a period of time, I thought being an author can reach more people faster. Yes, as a trainer, I've reached a lot of people. I feel these two are very important if we really want to convey a message to this world. You be a trainer and you be a author. And being a trainer, not focusing on one to one, but a group sessions, a lot of sessions with maybe 100,000 people. And now, since we are in the virtual world, I think there is no boundary for us. We can go anywhere. But those days, we are limited to our own city. Wherever we live, we can reach to 100 people, 50 people. Not much online consumption was there in 2018 or something when I thought of writing a book. So I thought if I write a book that can reach to anyone, I put that in Amazon and no anybody can buy and they can start reading and they can get benefited. And that's the intention with which I started to become an author. And initially, I was a little skeptical whether I can put it right because training is something which we can improvise every single time. Book is once we write, it is done. And I thought then I understood. Okay, so it is not something we need to look for perfection because if we look for perfection and it is never going to happen. So even though we write now, after 5 years, if I see that book, maybe I would have thought, okay, I should have added more points or I should have done this differently, etc. But I thought I let me go ahead with the book, and I also got the grand stage to launch it. So that also had a deadline for me. Okay, if I have to finish before that event so that I can launch in that even with because Jack Canfield coming to India physically is a rare thing, and seeing this Corona period right now, I don't think those kind of opportunities can come again. So I'm glad that I used that opportunity, and the book reached a lot of people.
Exactly, exactly. It's all about utilizing the opportunities at the right time, the right way. So sweet. Okay. Are you an avid reader? You read good number of books.
Okay, sorry to say this in Pick a Book show. I'm not a great reader of books, but I love attending trainings, watching videos. I'm a more of uh, watching video content or attending live trainings. That is what I learn more. I read a lot of books, but if you
Mhm.
ask me, am I a person who read one or two book every single week? No, I'm not that kind of person. I read very minimal books, but I consume more content through videos or live trainings. In a month, I attend some kind of a training where I get trained myself from my mentors so that I can go and teach others as well. So that is how I started. And if you ask me about book reading, I got inspired by this one book which changed my entire life. That is Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. I understood that ESB formula well, and that actually helped me to see the way I have to look at success, I have to look at the entrepreneurship, making money, etc. during my college days, and I started applying that, and that actually transformed everything.
Very nice. That's exactly the books are totally meant for. We need not go through every problem of ours. The same problem every time. We can just get the experiences from the books, and then we can apply in our lives and make it better. So that's awesome. So your writing a book is very much justifiable then, considering your journey.
Thank
And
you, thank you, thank you.
yeah. So okay, if someone has to choose this book, The Secret Recipe, what is that they can expect from this book? And why did you choose this title?
Okay, I thought it should be a combination of various things is what an aspiring entrepreneur need. This book is designed with three segments, that is success mindset, success skill set, and success tool sets. The first seven chapters are focused more on the mindset. How do you prepare yourself for entrepreneurship? And second seven is more about skills, the basic skills you should have. Even if you don't have, what are some things which you have to develop before you start so that you're on the path? And then third is more about the tools, the things which you have to exactly do. Okay, this is what you have to do. And even at the end, I have given the checklist for them, like what are the steps and what are different things they have to have in the business when they are starting. That is how it is designed.
Okay, so how did this title come up? The Startup Recipe.
The startup recipe, I wanted to be very simple to reach all the aspiring entrepreneurs. So the startup word is decided by default. The other word, we had few options. We were discussing a lot, and finally, I thought my mentor wrote a book, Mr. Surendran Jayashekharan. He wrote a book called Success Recipe. I really felt that that's a book which is for someone who is even not a regular reader or someone very good, and he co-authored that with Brian Tracy, and that book was very simple and lot of information, and I really liked that book. And I thought, okay, success recipe, we had a book. So I saw that book. Okay, why don't we make it a startup recipe? Because we are fully talking about how to start a business from start to end. So why don't I have this name? So if you ask me, that's somewhere inspired from my mentor's book as well.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, most of us at one point of time or the other, think of starting our own business, be it for any reason. Maybe, we're not fully satisfied with the job, or maybe we want to do something on our own. If you have decided to start something on your own, then here is the recipe to start. Go grab one on the Amazon and Kindle to know about the ingredients of the book. Okay, yeah. Mr. Guna, we know a lot of people dream to have their business, but most often get scared to come out of their comfort zone. Where they're already getting good pay, bonus, benefits, etc. What is your opinion on leaving a job to start a business?
Okay. So I get this question from a lot of participants as well who are in job, and they will ask me, "What do you suggest? Whether I should come out of my job right now and start a business, or you want me to rethink about it?" So my point here is, a lot of people starting their own business for many wrong reasons. Sometimes just because they don't like the working environment or the boss or the kind of the job, they just want to come into entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not something just because you don't like the job you are going to jump in here. Because if you don't like a particular job or a particular company, then you should actually look for a switchover. You should join for a different company. And just because you want a change, don't get into entrepreneurship, because that motivation will not last long for you in the journey of entrepreneurship, where you're going to have super challenges and super exciting things on the way. So what I would suggest is, if someone is really thinking to come out of their job, I have these questions for them. Do you have a backup for next 12 months? Because any new business is going to take you at least 12 months to set it right and to make good profits consistently. So can you manage next 12 months without your job income? without any income from business, because some income from business is going to be reinvested in the business again. So can you manage that 12 months? Or if your spouse is working, it can be your husband, it can be your wife, if they are working, if they can take care of the expenses, and then it is fine. Even though you don't have a backup, then it's fine. If you say no to both these reasons, then I will say this is not a good idea to come out of your job right now, because a lot of people think I can start a business this month and within 2 3 months I can start making profits. You never know what will happen outside. There are a lot of uncertainty, especially right now. So what I would suggest is, either if you have this backup or financial backup, or your spouse is working, both way it is fine. If not, what I would suggest is you can start something parallelly with your job, because a lot of people think that if I start business, I need to get everything done and I have to be full time there. It is not necessary. Sometimes for some business, you can start part time. You can work in the preparation. It will take some time for you to get the idea developed into a business. There are a lot of things which you have to do before actually launching the business. Those processes, those efforts can be put in before you start, before you come out of the job. And once you are clear, okay, now it is done, let me jump into the business. And even sometimes you can even launch the business and you can have somebody else to take care. I will say this, a lot of people who are making very good income, like 70, 80,000 rupees, they need not leave their 80,000 rupee income to manage that business in the initial phase, because some businesses, sometimes, not for every business, but for most of the businesses, can be managed with a full-time employee for whom you can pay 15,000 from the salary which you are getting, which means you're not leaving that 80,000 and coming over here, but you're only sharing a part of that salary to your staff, who's again an employee, and he's going to take care of the business, and you're always there in the morning, evening, weekends to take care of it. So think about these possibilities before coming into a full-time business. But my suggestion for all those who are working in a corporate company, learn before you start. Learn the basics properly, step by step. I'm teaching to a lot of corporate employees. They really get surprised. I thought something else, but after attending this session, I understood, okay, this is how I have to finalize the idea. This is how I have to create my business plan, etc. Because I'm also doing a lot of online sessions, webinars, etc. So this is my suggestion, my advice for people who are currently in corporate but still want to get into entrepreneurship. Nothing wrong in that. And last one thing, before I finish this, don't come to business with a survival mindset. Like, I'm making 60,000 in my job. If I make the same 60,000 in my uh, business, it's fine. Then you're going to lose in the business, because business is not for survival, because business have more challenges. You can actually achieve more. If you expect little and if you work accordingly, then it is going to be a trouble for you. Better be in the job if you're looking for the same income. If you're coming for business, you should have the mindset of wealth creation. The only reason why you should do business is you want to make a lot of wealth. That should be the reason why you're going to come. I know that it is not going to happen immediately, but in the longer run, that is what your focus should be. Don't think that if I make the same income as my salary, I'm happy with it. If you have that mindset, business will not allow you to grow. So you will have a lot of challenge, and it will end up in a way which you don't expect. So this is also one of things which I want to convey to all those who are working in a company and want to start something on your own. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Guna. That's very well put. But have you faced any challenges before? Because I mean, you have said that you have started pretty much very early in your life, the entrepreneurship journey. So, what is the most difficult challenge? One of the challenges you have faced and you have come out of it.
Okay. So I got into entrepreneurship during my college days, as I mentioned, because of the financial situation at home. I have to do something and I have to make some money for my expense, and I should try to support my family. That was the situation. I was seriously looking for opportunity, and I got one opportunity where I have to promote an e-learning package of international training programs, which happens in US, Singapore, all the places. And those days, no YouTube, no Facebook, nothing. The best technology which we had was Yahoo Chat. So at that time, this was something which was doing really well, and we just give the username and password. They pay and buy that, and they can watch a lot of online videos, online seminars of international speakers. Because those days, international speakers will not come to India. Now you see a lot of people are coming. and you have YouTube access, you have Facebook, etc. But those days it was tough. So that was the package. So I thought I can really do well, and I started approaching few people. And the biggest challenge I would say is the rejections which I faced initially, because my business is into directly getting into sales. I'm
Yes.
into sale. Based on how many sale I do, I make money. That is how I started. So I faced some rejections. Few people whom I think they will definitely go for this package, they didn't opt for it. Then I got little scared. Okay, whether it will work for me or not, whether I have to look for a different opportunity. And a lot of things were running in my mind, but I still started doing continuously, even though I had few rejections. I got some sales happening in few weeks, and then I slowly started getting income, and that income, even it is small income as a college student, it motivates a lot. The first income which I made is 1,658 rupees, but that
Mm.
gave me super goosebumps. I didn't even deposit that check. I was having that check for 1 week, about like I was showing to everyone like I made this check, I made this. But something I felt it is really special. But what actually happened over a period of time is, in that 1 year when I started making a lot of income, I understood the real power. Okay, this is what it is. And I also had a lot of challenges, but the biggest challenge which I had initially, that rejection, facing failure, facing rejection, people saying no to your product, and you're approaching a lot of people, very few are buying. That eventually gone. Why? Because I started doing good conversions over the experience which I got. And I also got achieved as a fastest global manager in India for that company in that year, as a student, because most of them doing business are at the different age, but I got that because each and every success made me try for more, and I can do more, and that motivation, that recognition helped me. So that was the biggest challenge which I faced, the rejection, and which every single entrepreneur is going to have initially, no doubt about that.
That's 100% true. You know, that's the first challenge everybody is going to face, you know, the moment they step in to this world with their own business idea. So thank you so much for the wonderful advice, Mr. Guna. I know fear of failure is the most common reason for anyone to step up, you know, to start something new. You know, maybe a recipe can be of good help to them. Ladies and gentlemen, do remember one thing here: don't let fear decide your future. You know, just he has just given a beautiful example of his own life, how he faced his rejection, and now look at where he is. You know, you will get nowhere with fear. We have these beautiful books like these, and you know, wonderful coaches like Mr. Guna who are going to help us. So create an opportunity for yourself, but do care, but do be careful in choosing what is right for you and what suits you and your family. So, okay. So then my next question will be, Guna, is it safe to start a business during the crisis times? Do you think this crisis is an opportunity or a threat for new business?
Okay, so nice question, which again a lot of people ask from last March, because once the corona started, people were asking whether it is good to start, whether it is not okay to start, etc. But I would say this is the best time to start for various reasons. Why? Because firstly, there are a lot of new opportunities because the world is new. There are new requirements which was not before. For example, earlier we used to have preschools which can take care of the toddlers. And once the pandemic came, like preschools can't operate, people can't send their kids to preschool. And what actually happened is there is a new opportunity where you can do online preschool, online Zumba class, online singing, online dance class, cookery classes. You see every single classes coming online right now. That's an opportunity, and you had a lot of opportunities for selling products like mask, hand wash, etc. There is a huge demand and huge space created right now, because earlier if we had 1,000 distributors, now we need 1 lakh distributors for the same, because the amount of consumption is so high. These are some new opportunities which are coming into the world. Likewise, you take in any sector, there are a lot of new opportunities just because of the pandemic. Who is going to adapt to that? Who's going to step up? Who's going to actually use this opportunity is very important. And if you see, a lot of cost has come down, and the marketing cost and the infrastructure cost. If you have to hire an office space or a retail space, the rent is really very less right now, you will be getting spaces at 50% of the cost, 40% of the cost, because there are not much takers. Many couldn't run their business, they closed and shut shop, and now it is empty. And if you see all the commercial markets, you can easily get some additional spaces. And a lot of my friends have expanded their business during this period because they thought that this is the best time to get hold of a very good space for a very good rent. And also, if you see all the materials costs and other things, because when the market is down, you have these advantages which we have to actually make use of. And especially competition, usually in that particular industry, if 100 people start a new business, right now only 10 are going to start, and but the market potential is the same. So instead of 100 people sharing 100 clients, it is 10 people who are going to share 100 clients. That is something new which can happen this time. And overall, since you can make a lot of things in your business, you can also give a product which can be given at a very uh, reasonable price. And moreover, it is not an established company who can just switch over, who can turn around everything and adapt to this new world. It is tough for them. It will take some time. But as a new startup, adapting to this new world is very easy, because from scratch you will be building something which is for this new world. So but all the other companies who are already in the business for 10, 20 years, it will take some time for them to adapt, but startups can quickly adapt. And these are various reasons why I strongly suggest this is the best time to start a business, especially with less investment compared to any time before. Right now, to start something online, you don't have to invest at all. You need to have a laptop and an internet connection. You can do a lot of stuff over online. So this is what we can do right now. I've also published a course where it's called 101 Ideas, where I teach how do you start something without any investment or with less investments. Because I really felt this is the time they can start something new. So definitely this is a good time, no doubt about that. For those who are thinking, don't think, just get into action.
Yes, exactly. So there are 101 ways to start something new. So as you say, thank you, Mr. Guna. And so for sure, crisis is can be made into an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. And it's true also. The present COVID the crisis is a perfect example. Like how he said, everything is new. It's like a new normal. But then, for every new normal, there lies an opportunity. So, we have seen some businesses collapsing, and at the same time, we have seen a new businesses blooming up, out of nowhere. We have got new needs and new necessities, so there always lies an opportunity, you know.
True.
Yes, so perfectly and very well said, Mr. Guna. Thank you so much. And lastly, what steps one needs to take immediately, to start his or her business?
Okay. So if somebody wants to start a business and they have no clue about what to do, how to do, they have not done anything before about a business, or sometimes they'll not have any of their family members into the business. They are the first time entrepreneur in their family itself. So what I would suggest is these are some basic steps which you have to focus. The first thing is uh, you need to finalize your idea, for which you have to follow certain steps. What can be aligned, what is that aligned with you first, because it is not about the idea, it is the idea plus you, whether both align together. There is a wavelength that is very important, because the business which works for me, which may not work for you, which may not work for other person, because each and everyone is a different individual. We have a lot of different qualities, the way we think, everything is different. So business idea is not about the business idea, it is also the person who is going to drive the business. So this is very important. A lot of people are not understanding about this. Just because somebody else is doing something, they are saying that the business is doing well, I can also do the same. It is not like that. Sometimes it will suit you, sometimes it will not suit you. So you need to figure out an idea which will help you do this. And once you figure out some ideas, initially what will happen is you will come up with more ideas, like 5 ideas, 10 ideas, etc. Then you should actually rate yourself, which idea, okay, on various factors you can rate your own idea, and you can choose the best idea among that. And then the next step should be before investing, you need to do a little bit of homework. A lot of people think that let me just go and start first, let me invest first, let me start, and after investing all the money, they'll be doing all those experiment, market research, learning, etc. But that is not how it has to be done. First you have to do all these things before. So you have to do a basic market research. You can create a minimum viable product for any kind of business which you want to start, whether it's a product based business or a service based business. It will need only 5% or 10% of your overall investment. First you invest that and you start creating MVP, and using that you validate your idea. You do the research in the market with your target audience. And when you're choosing an idea, please focus on one specific target market. Don't try to sell it to everyone, it won't work. Focus only on one specific market. If you want to become a yoga teacher, whether you want to become a yoga teacher for kids or teenagers or pregnant women or senior citizens, you decide one space out of this and just develop yourself. Don't just become a yoga teacher, I'm teaching yoga for everyone. No. So this is what I'm telling you about the target, specific target market. So based on your specific target market with your MVP, you can do that basic market research, and then you will have an idea based on the feedback you receive. Just modify the business model, the product, and all those things, and then you go to the actual launch. But before actual launch, you should have the business plan and business model right, so that you're clear, you're on track, and you will not get deviated in between once you start the business. And there are other things once you start: marketing, sales, operations, and the basic things like trademark, logo, website, etc. These will come the time of launch. But the key things here to focus is finalizing your idea, finalizing your target market, creating an MVP, and doing the actual market research, and having a business plan and model before you start. These are some basic things which you have to do. And exactly this is what I teach to people, anybody who comes new to me without having any experience. Because directly if I talk something about how to run a business, etc., it is not going to work. Because I find many startup content available in internet and everywhere. It is about more in the high level, where for people who want to invest 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, it is for them. They can understand, they can relate themselves with those content. But I want to create something basic in the book, in the course, in the webinars which I do. Even somebody want to start without any investment, how can they start? How can they do it? That is what I focus upon. I would say these are steps, if you follow, that will help you to start a business and then grow it successfully.
Thank you, Guna. Very well said. Actually, a perfect planning does half the job.
Okay.
It's not as simple as learning a swimming where you can just jump in and then later you just, with the help of a coach
Yeah.
train yourself. But this is something where you need to plan well before the pros and cons of it, and you should mentally prepare for the, worst to come and then jump into it. So
Obviously,
that's
we plan a lot for even a small travel. If we are going for
yeah,
a week vacation, we do a lot of planning. But sometimes it is hard to see people getting into business without much planning, and they are just struggling. And that's the reason we are seeing 95% of new startups are failing right now. That's the
that,
statistics. So let my suggestion is to well prepare, learn well, prepare well, and then invest the money. Investing money should be the last thing which you have to do in the business.
perfectly said. Perfectly said. Investment should be the last one. Very well said. And Guna, if I want you to give a piece of advice for the young generation, yeah, do you like, we have to, is it okay for the new breed, I mean, for the new generation to directly jump into the business, or is it a better idea for them to work under some experienced person or job or whatever? Is it the right way, or is it just okay to just jump in and then, get into the entrepreneurship journey? So, what do you suggest?
So usually I suggest these things. Firstly, you should be passionate about it. You should love that whatever idea you want to do, and you should be really really good at it. You should have that expertise. You should have that intelligence. You should have that crux of that particular business, and then you should have a problem solving idea. It should be really solving a serious problem in the market, and it should be profitable for you, and it should be something where people are really really interested to buy. And out of all these, one thing which I want to think about is, do you really have that expertise? Are you really good at it? If you're not good at it, I would suggest you to attend some courses or learn from some experts, or you join a job which is relevant to that industry, learn for some time, and then you start. Because most of them are very passionate and all other things they're doing. The problem sometimes, if they are not good at it, if they need to spend a little bit of time to develop that expertise, which may sometimes need only 1 month, sometimes only 15 days or 2 months. But without which, if we get into it, we will not have the control over the business. So that is the only thing you need. But if you're already good at it, then you need not go for a job, or you need not go get trained somewhere. You can just directly start it. Don't procrastinate it. A lot of people think, I will start on my birthday, I'll start on New Year, I'll start on financial year, I'll start after this, I'll start after that. And if you start giving excuses like this, it will keep on going on. It will be on and on and on. You will never start a business, because there are people who wanted to start something on their age of 20, and even at the age of 50, they never started. They got retired from a job and still they've not started anything. So this is the story with a lot of people. So just get
Yeah.
started. That's what I would say. But just get started, but without investing much of money. Start slowly. Don't put more money initially. Spend. Be frugal when you're starting a business. That is very important. Slowly you can invest. Anything which is required in the next 30 days, you invest. Don't invest for annual subscriptions, or having a lavish office, or getting a lot of furniture, gadgets, etc. Please avoid those things. Just invest for whatever is necessary, and then slowly add up. Don't take more burden initially, expecting more revenue that may or may not happen. So you need to be very careful while investing and starting your business and spending for the expenses.
Awesome. Very well said. Awesome, Guna. I think invest smartly, ladies and gentlemen, and not just like that. It has to be a smart way of investment. Thank you, Guna, for sharing with us, the wonderful ingredients from your book, the secret recipe. It's no more a secret now, ladies and gentlemen. The recipe is now open to everybody who wants to see their dream turning into reality. Like Guna said, don't procrastinate until your dream lies there forever. So start it off as soon as you're confident in it, and do it, do that, get into action smartly. Thank you so much, Mr. Guna, for the wonderful share. Absolutely love this book for what it holds for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Swarna, for this moderation. I had a great time with you in this short session. The way you moderated, the way you addressed the audience, I think it's amazing. And not only that, I've also watched a few of the interviews which you've done before. Awesome, great job. Please continue to bring a lot of authors and spread the message. And thank you for helping me to reach to more people today, because I have a vision of creating 10,000 entrepreneurs by 2030. And this is one other initiative from my side. As like the way you invited, I just attended, and together we reached more people, which is helping my vision right now. Because whatever I do, I'll see to that through this someone whom I don't know also get benefited, and they start their business, or they're about to start, their one doubt is cleared, and if they get that one right message through this interview, and that is super takeaway for me. That is, if that happens, that is what I want to do. So thank you for creating such an amazing platform. Thanks to KVT, thanks to Raglan, and thanks to you for hosting this, and also to Raju, who's taking care of the back end work for all these events. So thank you all for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you, you have the entire world now conspiring for your success. So, so thank you so much for that. And ladies and gentlemen, have fun reading it and taste it to feel it. Is what my point here to take away. And let's see if there are any questions and
Yes.
comments here. Rajiv, any questions or comments? Can you start sharing it here? Yeah, I think we haven't received any so far. Whatever the questions we receive, Mr. Guna, I'll just keep sending it to you, and we take the answers from you
Yes,
soon
please.
after the session. Okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, and we'll see you next week again with another author and more sharings. Thank you. See you all
Thank,
again.
thank you everyone for watching this. All the very best for your new business.
Yes, we will come up with questions to you personally.
Yeah, I'm always there to support. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kunal. Thank you.